this little bean of mine, !coffee in the chat, and you see their logo below us. You'll see it all over the place. Make sure you go check them out, and let them know that Matt and Bubba sent you. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, please do. I played a game yesterday.
You did?
Aaron. Is this okay? Great. This is the next thing. Whew, I remembered. Yeah, you're gonna show it right there. Aaron and I had a chance yesterday on Co-optional, which, if you don't know what that is, Aaron, my wife, and I will play a tabletop game every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I know, I did it. I read, and I feel confident saying that now. And it is a very good game. The basic premise of the game is you're trying to get the apostles to the Last Supper, and you're trying to get your followers to the Last Supper. And the closer you can get your followers to Jesus and or the apostles, the more points you'll get. You listen to parables for points. You go to the market, the Mahane. You pick up other cards. It's a semi deck builder, semi worker placement, a little
like
bit
a
of
diet deck builder.
Yeah, a little bit of resource management. It sounds like a whole lot going on, but it just plays so smoothly. And this is a game from Devere. The creator is Carmen Jimenez, and honestly, it's like one of those games. When I heard about it, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. I just kind of said, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
How's it gonna be?
Because we've been down this road before, right? Like with multiple games, anything that has kind of a Christian theme or, kind of deals with biblical anything, you just kind of go.
The name of the game is Ierusalem.
Ierusalem.
Anno Domini.
Yeah, Anno Domini. There you go. It's not Jerusalem. It's Ierusalem.
Ugh.
Ierusalem with like a Y.
Nope.
Ierusalem. Because there was no J. And so that's like when you go back and they're like, I don't know if your TikTok goes as deep as mine does, but there are a lot of people that are on his name's not Jesus, it's Jesus, because like, or Yeshua, going all the way back. It doesn't matter because there was no J.
Right.
And so like, that's the thing. But this game is legit. It's good. Like good enough that it might warrant an LTN Loves This Game kind of approval. Not just because it's Christian theme, but we put that sticker on a lot of like currently right now on a lot of Christian games that have Christian themes, because we want people to know, hey, these are games that are Christian themed that are also bangers.
Yep.
And this one's really good.
It is very good. And it doesn't, I think our friend Bob put it the best way, like a lot of Christian content.
Bob Marley, yeah.
Robert Marley. No, our friend Bob, he put it a good way. He said that a lot of Christian content will put its message first to the sacrifice of the game or the show or whatever it is. And this game does a really good job of doing both very well. You never feel like it's, like it's sacrificed the game mechanics or the way you play just to get its message out there, but it uses the message as a part of the game, just like a perfect blend. So I put the link there in the chat. It's still on pre-order, so I think it's going to be. It starts to ship sometime this month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're not far at all from this thing going out.
But you probably can find it elsewhere as well. At least pre-order it. Highly recommend it, and I would just absolutely make it happen. The 2-player game is a little bit different. Like a 2-player version of it's a little bit different. You don't get the what's called sharing aspect of it, where you're able to share tiles with other players that give them resources or locations or this is where Aaron's cutting strings off my podcast.
Which is an aspect of the game you may or may not get to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might get there. We'll see. Hopefully your wrist is fine.
Your play experience may vary.
Yeah, like it just is a little bit different. It's like they remove a few aspects and add a few others. So you can see there near Jesus, or you can see my hand. There's one more look at my wrist there. You can see there near Jesus, just all of those followers there, and that you basically put 30 followers down at the table that you can move around as you're playing the game. But when you're playing a 3 or 4 player version of it, there are not that many there. You start with 1 follower each for each player at the table, and then you kind of build from there. So it's a little bit different than the other games. Now, Bubba, you had a chance to play it.
I did.
And we almost played it the correct way.
We played super close.
We were like 98%. I felt pretty good about that. Yeah. So, whoa.
Eric, see you later, Matt. I'm a big fan of worker placement. It's one of my favorite mechanics. I think the only thing I like better than worker placement is like dice as workers.
Dice worker placement. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. But it doesn't matter because like the way that this game played out, it reminded me of a lot of different games and the mechanics that it kind of brought together. Mm-hmm. And like I didn't, as a Christian, as somebody who has, been walking with Jesus for quite a while, I didn't feel icky playing this game.
Right.
Right. Like I didn't feel like I was going to hoodwink somebody into this experience.
Jesus,
I didn't feel like I was going to have to explain a lot of things away. I could just be like, hey, and this is what they did as well. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. They talked about like there's scripture all over this thing.
There is.
It's like it's the lore of the game. Like it's the setting of what's going on. It doesn't feel too preachy. I would like to kind of hear some other, like some non-Christians and what they thought about this game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
I've seen a few non-Christians or agnostic people say that they also really enjoyed it. Just like,
yes,
it is a well done game.
I think the people that are speaking bad about it haven't played it.
Right.
And I don't want to be like, oh, well, you haven't played it. If you played it, you'd love it. Like, I don't want to say that. But at the end of the day, this game's not out yet. Like, it's not readily available. Once it becomes available, then we can start having some actual conversations.
Right.
Things getting shot down just because they've got a Christian theme or whatever. Some of that stuff is warranted because some of those games are
sure, absolutely
not great. But we try our best to kind of put things in front of you that we hope that you would like.
Right. Yep.
And this game's got a lot going on.
It does. And we played it, and I asked Erin if she would want to play it again. It's kind of like a test for me. Like, what did Erin think of it? Because this is not usually her style of game. She's more of kind of like a lighter game, but she's like, oh yeah, I would absolutely play that again. So, super well done. I would just have to assume it comes out here very soon. Just within this month, I would guess.
Yeah.
April, within this next month.
Yeah, the embargo's just lifted, which is why we were able to stream it. But yeah.
I'm just kind of like looking through here at some.
Yeah, I'm trying to
interviews.
Ilividinoyork. I don't know how to say your name, but I think that you are absolutely correct in that this is like moving in the right direction. These are the things that we need from, I would say game developers.
No, I lived in New York too. Come on, man.
There we go. Got him.
Yeah, Aaron
New
loves
York.
This game.
I think that's where we need to be going. And so the more we can do that, and the more of this stuff we can kind of like normalize and kind of put in front of people and celebrate, I think the better. And so there are a lot of games out there that didn't do it well. This one does. And this is a big deal. This is a huge deal because it's not a self-published game, right?
Right.
A lot of the other games that we love, commissioned, Anno, Deliverance, those games are self-published. This is a game that is published, didn't even go to Kickstarter, just as like is released by DeVere, which is not a Christian company, right? Makes some banger games, but not a Christian company, right? So,
Yep. I will say, I read here in the chat, Pastor Savage said setup has to be atrocious. The setup of the game actually isn't too bad, especially if you have, you're playing with 4-player, you can all help each other. There's really only like some cards, some tiles, and then your board to set up, which isn't too bad. But the initial setup, and I talked about this yesterday, is every piece on the board there is stickered. And most every piece on the board there is double-sided stickered. And you get the pleasure to sticker them all yourself if you so choose.
But at the very least, Matt, they're not just, hey, here are 2 front side stickers. It's a front sticker and a back sticker.
Yes. And like the bread has a very specific way that it needs to be put on, because there's like a little indent around the top of it, or what I assume is the top of it. It did take me a good while to put them all on there, but I will say it's worth it. I think the game looks even better with them on there.
Yeah. Caffeine, why not? That's why.
I don't know. Most games have some games have stickers, right?
Yeah, most of them. Some
most games.
1 or 2. Yeah.
Stickering game pieces is how I learned how old my eyes are. Well,
you gotta put your cheaters on, DJJ.
Yeah. Well, did you like tip your glasses down? Like I've seen people do that. Like,
yeah, you gotta read through the trifocal there, right there.
I'm not there yet. I don't have readers yet, but
I'm getting there, dude. Like I'm starting to feel it. If things get too close to my face, I'm like, nah.
You a little cross-eyed?
Let's back that train up. Yeah.
I've had glasses since 5th grade, so it's all I know.
Whoa.
I don't brag much, right?
Yeah, I didn't know we were.
No,
bragging.
I also have big hands. Caffeine. I worked it out. I know. Did I do it all like?
Get your kids to do it.
Yeah. No, don't get your kids to do it. Don't, because then you'll be disappointed. You'll be disappointed when they aren't on there the right way. I think it's worth it overall. I do. Now there are, let's see, 15, 30, 45, 60 single-sided workers, like meeples you're going to be placing followers. There are the 12 apostles. There's a Jesus. The apostles are double-sided. And then all of the resources. Oh, there you go. There's a sticker.
Look at that.
Find me at a convention. You can get one of those babies. All of the resources, the bread, the rocks, and the fish are double-sided. So there's a lot going on there. But it's worth it. Hey, but it also is really cool. You get a bunch. There's 4 different languages. 4, maybe 5. 4 or 5 different languages as the game comes in.
You want, yeah.
And then all the apostles will have their name listed in each of those languages. Like there's a sticker for each language, because, not everyone is Matthew.
So you've got stickers that you've not used yet.
Yeah.
Watch out, refrigerator.
I put a Mateo one on one of my mugs. Then it went to the dishwasher and it ruined it. So.
Oh no.
I know. I still have 2 more Matthews, other language Matthews.
Yeah. Who cares?
So. I'm just trying to find the right spot to put on, or I just need to put on do a little Mod Podge over it, keep it maybe a little more waterproof. Yeah. So
hit it with a little hairspray. Clear coat.
So, anyways, I know we don't give games ratings.
We don't
necessarily we don't do 10 out of 10 would recommend, or 3 out of 10 or whatever. But I will say that if you enjoy games have worker placement, a little bit of deck building with a great theme, this game would be for you. I can't speak highly enough of it. Bubba mentioned saying, and LTN loves this game just because of the quality of it. There you go. Slap that baby on there. LTN loves that shiny sticker.
We're gonna send them one of these LTN loves this game stickers.
Yep. So I'm actually looking forward to being able to play it again. I think I've played it a total of 5 times now, so I'm ready to play again. So
yeah, I've not.
Well, I want to make sure I always want to make sure I represent games well, and I'm not just I don't know what to do in this game. This is stupid. Figure it out. Let's look at the rules. And every now and then we had to look at the rules yesterday to make sure. There's a lot of symbols and making sure we're doing the right one. But like
We brought it to PAX.
brought it to PAX. I thought maybe we'd have a chance to play it.
They wanted to play it, but we just didn't. It wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, I didn't make the time. Didn't have the time. So
we have to stop bringing games to PAX. That's
absolutely we do. I will never bring another game ever again. Okay.
Maybe to just conventions in general. Like there's just no point to it. It eats up space in your bag. Not that the games aren't great, but
yeah, I mean, if you had, it's just because you have Frosthaven in your bag.
Oh, hey! I carried it.
You carried it. Oh, there you go. There's a guy.
Yeah, Eon.
Yeah, I think we've all made the mistake of doing that at Gen Con and other conventions, like just bringing games. Like I'm going to play these when we're not at the convention, and then you buy games there, and then everyone just wants to play those games. So
I stopped even traveling with my Switch. Like
I mostly have, but I did bring it to Orlando a couple weeks ago, thinking I would use it just because we had more time in the evening. And
I will say this: even when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I'm not taking my Switch because then I won't do anything. I will not do one single thing. I will just be playing that stupid game.
I will be playing that game. No one can stop me.
Don't stop.
Don't you dare. Well, there you go.
Hey, so you played this game. And loved it, and you guys can go back and watch the VOD, and we're going to have an extended play on YouTube, lovelandor.com/YouTube. So be watching out for that, and probably next week would be my guess is when that drops.
Seems legit.
Radio Matt's been just like
cranking out the content.
Like this dude pumps out videos faster than I can record them live. Like it is just bonkers to me.
He's on it. 1.2 speed. Maybe 1.1.